Good afternoon. Welcome to the last edition of The World Today for the week. It is a Southwest Network program of Radio Nigeria, Ibadan Zona station, comprising news, features, sports, and entertainment. In the lineup, another batch of Nigerians evacuated from South Africa arrived Lagos. Ekiti state government begins registration of commercial riders over insecurity. On the foreign scene, road accident claims 32 lives in Pakistan. Out of the Matter today is on cooperatives for a peaceful world. We also have entertainment gist for you. My name is Stephen Agbaje. With me on the news is
Feyi Shara Owomoyela. Good afternoon. Remember to join us via live streams www.radionigeriaibadan.gov.ng or watch us live on Facebook at Premier FM 93.5. Your health matters. Stay warm as we experience a downpour. Now the details. An aircraft conveying the latest batch of Nigerians, including 2 officers and crew, evacuated from South Africa amid ongoing xenophobic tensions, has arrived at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos, as the federal government continues its repatriation exercise for affected citizens. The evacuation is part of ongoing efforts to bring home Nigerians nationals following reported attacks and hostilities against black migrants in South Africa. In a statement by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Bianca Ojukwu, President Bola Tinubu had directed that evacuation operations continue beyond an earlier deadline. She noted that earlier operations had already brought back several Nigerians before the latest phase of evacuations. The minister noted that 3 batches of returnees, almost 600 nationals in total, had earlier been successfully evacuated from South Africa before the deadline. Ambassador Ojukwu also disclosed that the latest evacuation flight was a government-funded charter operated by Air Peace, which departed Johannesburg earlier in the day. Officials at the airports and relevant government agencies were on ground to provide welfare support, medical screening, and onward transportation arrangements for the returnees to their respective destinations. The federal government also indicated that additional evacuation flights are being coordinated in the coming days as part of sustained efforts to ensure the safe return of Nigerians still affected by the situation in South Africa.
President Bola Tinubu has assured Nigerians of his administration's resolve in securing every part of the country and creating an environment where every citizen can live, work, and prosper. President Tinubu gave the assurance at the maiden State House Media Corps presidential dinner at the State House Conference Center, Abuja, where he also reaffirmed his administration's commitment to press freedom, responsible journalism, and democratic accountability. He declared that security forces have steadily shifted from merely reacting to threats to systematically degrading criminal and terrorist networks. The president said that although security challenges persist, sustained military operations, improved intelligence gathering, stronger interagency collaboration, and expanded regional and international cooperation have significantly strengthened the nation's fight against terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, oil theft, and other violent crimes.
Ekiti state government has directed all commercial motorcycle riders and tricycle operators in the state to register and undergo biometric data capture on or before 18th of this month. This was to be part of efforts to curb criminal activities and strengthen security across the state. The Commissioner for Transportation, Mr. Kehinde Ajobiewe, who gave the directive during a stakeholders meeting in Ado-Ekiti, said the exercise was in a bid to strengthen security, enhance public safety, and improve regulation of the transportation sector. He urged leaders of motorcycle and tricycle unions to mobilize their members to participate fully in the exercise before the deadline.
Wife of the President, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has donated 140,000 copies of 7 storybooks on girl child development to the Federal Ministry of Education for distribution to public schools, libraries across the country. This was disclosed in a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to Senator Oluremi on Media, Busola Kukoi. Speaking during the handover ceremony in Abuja, wife of the president said the initiative reflects a commitment to empowering young girls through education while helping children develop values that would enable them to contribute meaningfully to society. She noted that although the books focus on girl-child development, they also contain lessons that would benefit the boy child. According to her, the publications were designed to help children build confidence, empathy, healthy habits, and a strong sense of equity and social responsibility.
Minister of Youth Development, Mr. Yodeli Olawande, is clarified that the federal government had yet to approve Adire as the new uniform for members of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC. Hours after his comments on the proposed change generated widespread reactions. In a statement published on his official X handle, Mr. Olawande said reports suggesting that Adire had been adopted to replace the iconic khaki uniform misrepresented his remarks. The minister explained that while he mentioned Adire and Ankara during the interview, they were only examples of proposals being considered as part of the ongoing reform of the scheme, adding that no final decision has been taken on the fabric or its design. According to Mr. Olawande, any decision would be guided by extensive stakeholder consultations and what best serves the interests of the NYSC and the country. The minister also urged Nigerians not to allow the debate over the proposed uniform to overshadow the broader objectives of the ongoing reforms.
As part of activities marking the 2026 Nigerian Army Day celebration, NATCEL, the Nigerian Army 2 Division, Ibadan, has organized a public speaking and interactive session for students of Command Secondary School, Apata, Ibadan. The program, aimed at catching them young, provided an opportunity for officers of the Nigerian Army to educate the students on the roles, core values, and career opportunities available in the military, while also promoting patriotism and national consciousness. Delivering a paper entitled Public Speaking Engagement, one of the officers, Captain Adamu Usman, urged the students to shun all forms of social vices capable of jeopardizing their future aspirations. Speaking, Director of Education, Nigerian Army 2 Division, Colonel Mike Williams, encouraged the students to embrace discipline, obedience, and integrity, stressing the need to leave a good legacy, respect constituted authority, and abide by the rules and regulations guiding both the school and the nation. In his remarks, the Commandant of Command Secondary School, Apata, Ibadan, Lieutenant Abubakar Abdullahi, advised the students to remain focused on their studies and character development, noting that the essence of their education is to prepare them to become responsible and productive citizens. Responding on behalf of the students, the head boy of the school, Ismail Shoyombo, appreciated the Nigerian Army for the program and promised that the students would uphold the values of discipline, patriotism, and good conduct they had learned. Highlight of the event was a presentation of branded books and pens to some of the students as part of efforts to encourage academic excellence and support their learning.
The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU Akure Zone, is accused the Ondo State government of failing to implement the financial provisions of the 2025 federal government ASU agreement, warning that the continued delay could trigger industrial action across the state's tertiary institutions. Addressing a news conference at the University of Medical Sciences, UNIMED Ondo, the zonal coordinator, Mr. Adiola Egbedokun, said the state government had failed to fulfill its obligations under the agreement, despite being fully aware of its provisions. Mr. Egbedokun said the government's inaction had adversely affected the welfare of lecturers and undermined the effective functioning of state-owned universities. He said the union considered it necessary to allow students, parents, civil society organizations, and the general public on the situation. Responding on behalf of the state government, The Ondo State Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Igbekele Ajibefun, said the government had already commenced steps towards implementing the agreement and assured lecturers that necessary action will be taken soon.
The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to making Nigerian universities financially sustainable and globally competitive through the National University Advancement Program, a new initiative aimed at strengthening alumni engagement, strategic partnerships, and institutional fundraising. The Minister of Education, Tunji Alausa, made this known in a keynote address delivered at the closing ceremony of the National University Advancement Program training for university officials. The position was contained in a statement issued on Friday by the Minister's Special Advisor on Media and Communications, Iharo Atta. Alausa described the program as a strategic intervention designed to complement government funding by helping universities mobilize additional resources through alumni networks, donor partnerships, endowment, and institutional collaborations. He explained that the initiative reflected the federal government's determination to build universities capable of competing globally while remaining responsive to Nigeria's developmental priorities.
Right away from education now to some health stories. The federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to strengthening partnerships with private and independent health research institutions to improve disease prevention, enhance outbreak preparedness, and build Nigeria's local research capacity. The Director General of the National Nigeria Center for Disease Control and Prevention, NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, stated this during a high-level technical visit to the Kano Independent Research Centers Trust, KIRCT in Kano. Dr. Idris said the NCDC is expanding collaboration with state governments and research institutions to improve disease surveillance, detect emerging health threats early, and prevent future outbreaks across the country. The NCDC boss commended KIRCT for state-of-the-art research facilities, well-trained personnel, and commitment to scientific excellence, describing the institution as well-organized and capable of making significant contributions to Nigeria's health security. In his remarks, the Director General of KIRCT, Professor Hamisu Saliu, appreciated Dr. Idris and his technical team for the visit, describing it as a major step towards strengthening collaboration between the two institutions.
The 2026-2027 investiture and fundraising ceremony of the Rotary Club of Ibadan was held in a grand style with a formal handover of leadership from the former president, Rotarian Fisayo Ogunbiyi, to the new president, Rotarian Musa Busari Akere, marking the beginning of a new Rotary year. The event held at the club's secretariat in Yagonku GRA, Ibadan, also featured the inauguration of committee members who will oversee the affairs of the club during the new Rotary year. In his address, the former president, Rotarian Fisayo Ogunbiyi, said his administration implemented a 7-point agenda and achieved about 97% of the projects and programs it set out to accomplish. Rotarian Ogunbiyi, the 64th president of the Rotary Club of Ibadan, said his administration executed several impactful humanitarian projects, including the renovation and equipping of the Radio Nigeria Ibadan staff clinic at Broadcasting House, Dube, sickle cell awareness campaigns for young people, and the sponsorship of the West African Examinations Council WAEC registration fees for 45 inmates in the correctional centers. He urged the new president to build on the achievements recorded during his tenure and appealed to members to give the new administration the necessary support to move the club to greater heights. In his acceptance speech, the new president, Rotarian Musa Busari Akere, unveiled 13 projects grouped under 7 focus areas with an estimated value of over 21 million naira. According to him, the projects will focus on basic education and literacy, economic and community development, peace building and conflict prevention, water, sanitation and hygiene, disease prevention and treatment, maternal and child health, as well as environmental sustainability. Earlier, the Vice Chancellor of Summit University of Kwara State, Professor Abiodun Aibinu, delivered a lecture entitled How to Prevent Poverty where he traced the evolution of poverty reduction strategies from traditional approaches to modern methods driven by information and digital technology. Professor Ibinu described digital innovation as a powerful tool for wealth creation and emphasized the need for ethical standards, moral responsibility, and proper verification before disseminating information to the public. Receiving an award on behalf of the senator representing Oyo South Senatorial District, Sharafat Din Ali, his wife Alhaja Tawakalit Ali expressed appreciation to the Rotary Club of Ibadan for the recognition and wished the club continued success in its humanitarian service. Highlights of the ceremony included the presentation of awards to distinguished personalities, the induction of new members, and the cutting of the club's anniversary cake.
This is the world today. The stories that made the headlines so far. Another batch of Nigerians evacuated from South Africa arrived in Lagos. Ikiti state government has begun registration of commercial riders over insecurity. Still to come, road accident claims 32 lives in Pakistan as Iran begins funeral arrangements for former supreme leader. Stop the mic.
You're still with us on The World Today as we continue the news. Property worth hundreds of millions of naira has been destroyed in a fire that engulfed the popular Bode market in Ibadan. Our correspondent who visited the scene reports that the fire broke out at about 2 o'clock this morning, destroying a one-story shopping complex comprising 12 shops as well as several wooden structures. At the time of filing this report, firefighters were still battling to bring the blaze under control, while affected shop owners were seen salvaging whatever remained of their goods. Some of the affected traders, speaking in emotion-laden voices, lamented that they had lost their means of livelihood and appealed to the Oyo State government to come to their aid. The operational commander of the Federal Service, Mr. Ayodeji Omole, said the cause of the fire could not be ascertained at the moment. Mr. Omole added that personnel of the service, in collaboration with the other emergency responders, responded promptly to contain the fire and prevent it from spreading to adjoining buildings. Radio Nigeria observed that personnel of the Federal Fire Service, the Nigerian Police Force, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC), as well as the Western Nigerian Security Network, codenamed Amotekun, were on ground to maintain law and order.
And to the foreign scenes, at least 32 people have been killed, while 16 others injured after an overcrowded passenger bus plunged into a ravine in southwestern Pakistan. According to reports, the bus was traveling from Quetta to Peshawar when it crashed in the Dana-Sar mountain range on the border between Balochistan and Khyber Pakhtunkhwa provinces at the early hours of today.
Iran has begun several days of public mourning and funeral processions for its former supreme leader Ayatollah Al-Khamenei, more than 4 months after he was killed in strikes launched by the US and Israel. His lying in state will held today at Garam Musala in Tehran, while burial comes up at his hometown of Mashhad by next Thursday.
Algeria became the latest African country to be eliminated from the 2026 FIFA World Cup after losing 2-0 to Switzerland in their round of 32 fixture. 2 goals in each half of the game was enough to send the Swiss to the round of 16. Meanwhile, Portugal survived a late scare to see off Croatia by a 2-1 win to advance to the round of 16, while Spain thrashed Austria 3-0 to also book their place in the next round. The final round of 32 fixtures will see Egypt tackle Australia, while defending champions Argentina take on Cape Verde and Colombia face Ghana.
In today's Heart of the Matter, Fumilola Obagbaigun of our Current Affairs Unit writes on cooperatives for a peaceful world as International Day of Cooperatives is observed.
Every first Saturday in July is set aside to celebrate the International Day of Cooperatives in recognition of invaluable contributions of cooperative society to economic growth, social development, and community empowerment. This year's theme, Cooperatives for a Peaceful World, highlight the vital role cooperatives play in promoting peace, inclusion, equality, and sustainable development. Cooperatives are voluntary associations where people come together to meet their common economic, social, and cultural needs through jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprises. They are founded on principles such as self-help, self-responsibility, democracy, equality, equity, and solidarity. These values encourages trust, mutual respect, and cooperation among members, thereby reducing social and economic inequalities that often fuel conflicts. In many parts of the world, including Nigeria, cooperative societies have become a dependable source of financial support for farmers, traders, artisans, civil servants, transport operators, and small business owners. Through savings, affordable loans, and shared investment, cooperatives help members to improve their livelihood, create jobs, and reduce poverty in the society. A peaceful society cannot thrive where poverty, unemployment, and exclusion are widespread. Cooperatives address these challenges by giving people opportunities to earn decent incomes, support one another, and participate actively in development of their communities. By empowering individuals economically, cooperatives help reduce desperation, crime, and social unrest, thereby strengthening peace and stability. In Nigeria, cooperative societies have contributed significantly to agricultural production, food security, housing development, and access to credit, particularly for those who may not qualify for conventional bank loans. Women and youth cooperatives have also helped foster entrepreneurship and financial inclusion, creating pathways to self-reliance and economic independence. Despite this achievement, many cooperatives continue to face challenges, including inadequate funding, poor management, limited access to technology, weak regulatory oversight, and low public awareness. Addressing these issues requires stronger government support, capacity building for cooperative leaders, improved access to finance, and greater public confidence in the cooperative movement. As the world marks this year's International Day of Cooperatives, government, development partners, financial institutions, and community leaders should renew their commitment to strengthening cooperative societies. Investing in cooperatives is an investment in people, communities, and lasting peace. Individuals are also encouraged to join credible cooperative societies to improve their economic well-being while contributing to community development. When people work together to share prosperity, they build stronger relationships, reduce divisions, and create an environment where peace can flourish. Indeed, the theme, Cooperatives for a Peaceful World, came to mind that sustainable peace is built not only through political agreement, but also through economic justice, social inclusion, and collective action. By promoting cooperation instead of competition and solidarity instead of division, cooperatives remain powerful instruments for building a more peaceful, prosperous, and resilient world.
That script on Cooperatives for a Peaceful World was written by Fumilola Obagbaigun of our Current Affairs Unit and read by Remy Omolola.
And from there, we join Lillian Ibomo on Entertainment News.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Entertainment Gist for the Week. I'm Lillian Ibomo, aka IJB. Veteran Nollywood actor Hanks Anuku has hit back at critics following the circulation of a viral video that sparked concern about his well-being. The footage, which showed the actor sitting by a roadside in Wuse 2 area of Abuja, the nation's capital, quickly spread across social media, with many Nigerians questioning his state of health. In a new video shared by a man who claimed to have met him within the week, Anuku appeared calm and composed as he addressed the controversy. He dismissed the speculation and urged Nigerians to focus on pressing national issues instead of worrying about him. A brother-in-law of his had come out to say he's not on drugs, as alleged by members of the public, and that the viral video was just a movie shoot. Una don hear, so thank God it's okay. Actress Omotunde Shogunle, popularly known as Motunde in Mr. Macaroni's comedy skits, has broken her silence on a painful chapter in her career. The actress revealed that she once battled a rumor so damaging that it nearly destroyed her peace of mind. In a recent interview, she recalled how she was falsely accused of being romantically involved with Mr. Macaroni, and as though that wasn't enough, there was gossip claiming she had gotten pregnant for Mr. Macaroni and later terminated the pregnancy. Hey, people with rumor. Hey, no be smart thing. Still in the movie industry, actress and filmmaker Toyin Abraham has put her marriage with actor Kola Ajayemi in the spotlight after she opened up about his true feelings towards her romantic scenes, with a focus on on-screen kisses. In a recent interview with media personality Morayo Afolabi Brown, Toyin revealed that her husband had no objections to her kissing male co-stars for movie roles, emphasizing mutual comfort within the industry cycle. Toyin clarified that while she is open to professional acting demands, she firmly rejects going overboard in what she referred to as Iranu, interpreted as any inappropriate or excessive behavior beyond scripted scenes. Wow. Huh? Senator Ned Nwoko has shared a heartwarming video that has left many fans touched. Senator Nwoko shared a video showing how he celebrated the birthday of his 2 youngest children with his ex-wife, Regina Daniels. In the post, he was seen playing with their classmates also at the party. This comes a few months after the actress claimed that her ex-husband wanted full custody of their 2 children. Happy birthday, boys. Nollywood actor Olariwaju Omiyinka, popularly known as Baba Jesha, has stirred controversy after receiving a royal honor from the Oni of Ife, Obadeyeye Ogunwusi. The monarch bestowed on him the chieftaincy title Baba Lawada Konge Odua, alongside luxurious gifts including a brand new car. Baba Jesha shared his excitement on Facebook, posting a photo with his wife Afolashade Omiyinka and the Oni of Ife.
And that's entertainment is put together by Lillian and Emilia Ojemudia. To end the news on the world today from the Stable of Radio Nigeria, look at the headlines. An aircraft conveying the latest batch of Nigerians, including 2 officers and crew evacuated from South Africa, amid ongoing xenophobic tensions, has arrived at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. And we also brought to you that at least 32 people have been killed, while 16 others injured after an overcrowded passenger bus plunged into a ravine in southwestern Pakistan.
And that's it on the news. Well, today, to join us on Monday for a fresh edition of the program Rotimi Famaki edited, I am Feyishara Owomoyela. I'm not alone.
Stephen Abaje is my name. Thank God it's another Friday. Do have a blessed weekend. We'll now take you to our headlines.